What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Progressive Action TV. I am your host, Tremel Thompson. I want to make this clear from the beginning because a lot of people been hitting me up when they get their ballot. Tremel, I don't see you on the ballot. I don't see you on the ballot. You will only see me on RTO ballots. You will only see me on conductors ballots, conductors towers, train operator, and conductor. Conductor, train operator, and tower operators. Those are the only ballots you're going to see me on. So I just want to make sure I say that from the get go before I even get started into this thing because I'm going to unpack a couple of things. Yesterday's show was pretty crazy. I want to clear it up. Some issues with the sound. Let me know, is my sound doing good? Let me check the comments. Make sure that my sound is good. Let me know in the chat if my sound is good. I need to know in the chat if my sound is good. Just say yes. Um, and that's that. Let me see. Let me share out. Let's take these first couple of minutes to share out the show. The more people that see the shows, the better. Let me see. Yeah, the more people to see the shows, the better. Make a better informed decision. But we're going to unpack a couple of things today. So let me just share this out in a couple of groups. Like I said, let me know in the comments, how do I sound? I don't know why my sound was acting crazy yesterday, but let me know. Also, as you can see, the phone lines are open today, so you could call in if you have any questions regarding the election or anything else. Make sure to call in. Um, Let me just make sure I get this show in all the transit groups. This is very important. Very, very important. And make sure, like I said, make sure you guys share out this live and we get it going. Now, before I fully blast it out, let me just make sure the sound is good. Let me check YouTube real quick, and then we go get this show on the road. All right, everybody on YouTube said I'm loud and clear. Shout out to YouTube, man. For some reason, people are more engaging on YouTube than they are on Facebook for whatever reason. But you want to know, um, just to be clear, let me just put this up there for everybody who's running an RTO. And what I want to do too, if you got a question, if you're not an RTO and you want my honest opinion on who you should go for or whatever the case is, I'm calling. Maybe we could discuss that. Maybe we can discuss that. But as far as RTO, these are the names that you should be checking off on your ballot. Jason Norris for recording secretary. Drummond for conductor chair. Modest for recording secretary. For executive board, you should be checking off Giassi Snuggs. You should be checking off conductor Jermaine Rolac. You should be checking off conductor Chris Drummond. You should be checking off tower operator Ashley Sumter. That is what we have going on in RTO right now. That's what we have going on in RTO right now. And you guys need to tap in with that, right? And like I said, I want to discuss the other departments. I'm not going to do it voluntarily. If you guys want me to discuss those other departments, you can call in live. You could call in live and we could discuss those other departments. If anybody have any questions, the phone line is on the screen, 563-999-3714. But I want to start off this show by playing a video by none other than Vice President of Map Store Donald Yates, and I want to use his speech to show you why they should not get your vote this um election. So check this out because this is pretty bizarre.
Checking in. Checking in. So, Vice President checking in. So, as I go around and look at the different postings that's going on, even by some of our former union leaders, it seems like the election period, and I'm going to focus on the election period. This election period is focusing on who people generally like, but it's not, or dislike for that matter, and it's not necessarily about what people know and what is here for protecting, right? You could put all these new folks in office, right? What do you think you're going to get? You're going to get a disaster. You're going to get blind people leading this union. And, it scares me to think that maybe some of the folks who are not involved, and even some of the folks who are involved and know better, they are pulling the wool over many of you guys.
You want to know what? I actually want to break this down live. Let me scroll this back a little bit, just so you guys we could break this down live. Let me just back him up a little bit.
On who people generally like, but it's not, or dislike for that matter, and it's not necessarily about what people know and what is here for protecting, right? You could put all these new folks in office, right? What do you think you're going to get? You're going to get a disaster. You're going to get blind people leading this union.
Let's stop with the scare tactics. Let's stop right there with the scare tactics. If you get new people in office, you're going to get blind people and all this other stuff. You guys are blind right now. You guys claim y'all got all the experience in the world and can't do a damn thing. Let's continue.
And, it scares me to think that maybe some of the folks who are not involved, and even some of the folks who are involved and know better, they are pulling the wool over many of you guys' eyes just for a chance to be in a high position in office.
Let's stop that right there. Nobody pulls the wool over the members' eyes more than Stand United, aka Members First. Contract time, wool over members' eyes. When we get assaulted, wool over members' eyes. When they go into Albany and they taking all these pictures with these politicians, wool over the members' eyes. Let's continue.
Why haven't they ever achieved or tried to come into a low position in office and learn their craft? It's simple. They don't care. They don't really care about the members.
Yates, newsflash, buddy. Not everyone got to start on a short yellow bus like you. It's a newsflash. Some people got the skill set, they got the intelligence, they got the fortitude, they got the determination, and they not afraid to go from high school straight to the NBA. Everybody is not on the same trajectory. And once again, you guys claim to be the bearers of everything good in Local 100, and we are in the worst place this union has ever been. Let's continue.
If you really cared about the members, really, really, really cared about the members, you'll learn what you have to do to protect your members. You won't go on here on a facade and scare people and scare many of our elderly members or our elderly folks into believing that they lost their coverage, their medical coverage. It's like so asinine that to think that this is what they will boil down to in order to get you to vote for them. The truth of the matter is, you, retirees have health care. The truth of the matter is, they're not going to know how to steer this ship. The truth of the matter is that the MTA is already looking. You just look at what's going on around the world. Look at AI. Look at autonomous vehicles, things of that nature. We are already fighting that stuff from a global view. We're already engaged. What are they going to do? They're going to pick up and engage how when they haven't even began to learn. They lost their coverage.
Yates, that's a whole bunch of BS, Yates. That's a whole bunch of BS. So just because you guys allegedly is in the midst of fighting back against autonomous vehicles and things of that nature, that no one else can do a better job than you guys can, that's BS, and you know it. Let's continue.
Medical coverage. It's like so asinine that to think that this is what they will boil down to in order to get you to vote for them. The truth of the matter is, you, retirees have health care. The truth of the matter is, they're not going to know how to steer this ship. The truth of the matter is that the MTA is already looking. You just look at what's.
The truth is that the elected leadership that's in there now do not know how to steer the ship. They don't know what they're doing, and they trying to play us as fools. Let's continue.
Going on around the world. Look at AI. Look at autonomous vehicles, things of that nature. We are already fighting that stuff from a global view. We're already engaged. What are they going to do? They're going to pick up and engage how when they haven't even began to learn how to fight from the bottom. There's a reason why you must start your craft from the bottom.
Starting from the bottom does not guarantee you know what to do. Once you get to the top. We see Richard Davis. We see Donald Yates. We see a whole bunch of officers who allegedly started at the bottom and now are in these high positions, as Donald Yates say, and do not know what they're doing. They do not have a clue as to what they are doing, right? No clue whatsoever. And only thing Donald Yates is doing scare tactics. They have absolutely no real business to stand on. They have yet to move this needle in a way that will make transit workers respectable. And when they say that, these guys wouldn't know what they're doing and this and that, you want to know why some people don't know what they're doing, Yates? It's because you guys dismantled the shop steward program. Y'all only made the shop steward program for y'all loyalists. Y'all only release people who kiss the ring for y'all. Y'all do not release anyone who's opposite of y'all or who's critical of you guys. It's nothing but an echo chamber of bullshit when it comes to Local 100. Let's continue.
And so you will know. When you move into position, you are ready. You know. If you start up here, you're not going to know. Especially when a guy like down here who knows, you're going to have to come to me anyway. You have to come to me. Right? I'm telling you. Vote members first. Richard Davis as your president. Everything else that's out here is a facade.
Donald Yates is full of shit. He's full of it. He's full of it. And the only thing they trying to do is use scare tactics um to deter the members from voting for change. What you voting for right now, your livelihood is dependent on it. Your livelihood is dependent on your choice of who you want to represent you right now. You guys just got a bonus check. And the union sold it, talking about wool over people eyes. The union sold it as, well, yeah, you're going to get a $3,000 bonus, and you're going to get $1,000 bonus, whichever the number was. Y'all got your $1,000 bonus. It was taxed probably a little bit more than half, and now you're left with crumbs, right? But the union administration is cool with this. They would rather get you one-time bonuses instead of getting those. Forget the bonuses. We need more money into our hourly salaries. It's compounded, is worth more at the end of the day. If you notice, the strategy up under Stand United, aka Members First, were to give us bonuses, an easy escape route for the MTA. There's nothing more valuable than compounded wages, other tangible items like more days off, things of that nature. You don't. A bonus is the last thing that you should get, and if they go give us a bonus, at least make it worth the members' while. Why they can't make the bonuses worth the members' while? Right? Because they are out there for themselves and they don't give a damn about you. And I pointed this out yesterday, and I want to point this out again. I know this presidential election, the US presidential election, was very emotional for some people, and some people was like, oh, Trump go give us Project 2025 and things of that nature. But guess what? We got Project 2025 right here, right now, at Local 100. And I just want to run down these things again, right? The MTA is moving towards a no overtime status, right? Where they want these jobs to be 8 hours. They want to base your salary off of 8 hours. That is coming, right? Diminishing the health benefits. That is here, right? Denial of worker compensation benefits. That is here. Raises that do not keep up with inflation. That is here right now. Fraudulent doctors here right now. Excessive discipline here right now. Fake rallies where members almost get killed. That's here right now. Selling out retirees via Medicare Advantage. That's here right now. Poor dental is here right now. Gain sharing for employee availability here right now. Management control union definitely here right now. No true light duty work for pregnant women. That is here right now. Unsafe work conditions. We working it every day. That's here right now. Afraid to hold politicians accountable. That's here right now. Use members' coat money for photo ops. That is here right now. Cheating in union elections. That is here right now. That's here right now. So why are we focused on the presidential and Trump's Project 2025 when Richard Davis has his own Project 2025 that's in effect, that affects every worker that clocks in every single day? Why are we not talking about that? Why aren't we talking about that? This is what we should be talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is what we should be talking about. Members First Project 2025. Y'all could call in live 563-999-3714 if something is on your mind. But this is what we should be talking about. The Project 2025 that matters, right? Now, I want to put this up on the screen also because there's a lot of people that's saying, well, I didn't get a ballot. I didn't get a ballot yet. I didn't get a ballot yet myself. Um, if you do not get a ballot according to these rules, if you do not get a ballot by Monday, call AAA. All the information is right here. Make sure they have your right address, and have them send you a ballot. Have them send you a ballot. Now, like I said before, a lot of people is contacting me and saying, Tramel, you're not on my ballot. I am only on RTO ballot. That's train operators, that's conductors, that's tower operators. Those are the only, that's where my name will appear at because I'm only running for vice president of my department, right? A lot of people hitting me and saying, Tramel, what president we should vote for? Don't take my advice. You pick the president who you feel serves your interests. What I would say is that an automatic non-starter for the members should be the slate that gave us Project 2025. Members First gave us Project 2025, and they should not get our vote. Tell a girlfriends to give them their vote. Tell the people that they release to give them their vote. Let them handle that. But as far as the general membership, they do not deserve our vote. Do you see that bonus check that you just had come through the mail? And what they want to do is that they want to get the opportunity to negotiate another contract and destroy this union further. There's a reason why they do not call into the show and they all watch the show. There's a reason why they do not do that, right? There's a reason why that does not happen. Now I want to show you guys. I want to bring up the ballot. Let me bring up the ballot. This is the ballot for train operators A division, right? So you're gonna get a ballot for train operators A division. You're going to get a ballot for train operators B division, right? You do not have to check off those top boxes, right? Where it say members first slate, stronger together slate, Cordero slate. You do not have to check off those boxes, right? Because checking off those boxes, you're basically co-signing a whole bunch of people you don't know, a whole bunch of people that don't know what they're doing, and a whole bunch of people that's going to put you in a bad position. If you like Evangeline, you could check off Evangeline box for president. If you like Cordero, you could check off Cordero box for president. What I suggest is the members first slate, that should not even be an option for you guys. That should not even be an option, right? If you want to go in another direction, you could look at the other candidates. Do not check off the slate box. When you check off the slate box, you put in 98% people who do not know what they're doing, don't even know the functions of a union, never fought for you before, you probably never seen them, and they're incompetent. But if you see somebody that you like, you should check them off. You should check them off. For the people in RTO, these are the names that you should be checking off. Once again, Tremel Thompson for vice president, Chris Drummond for executive board, Jermaine Rolock for executive board, and Ashley Sumter for executive board. For chair, you should be checking off Chris Drummond. For recording secretary, you should be checking off David Modest, right? And just to bring up the train operator one. For vice president, once again, you should check off Tremel Thompson. That's me. For executive board, you should be checking off Giassi. When it comes to recording secretary, you should check off Jason Norris, right? When it comes to convention delegate, you should check off Ben Valdez, right? And you guys should be pretty familiar with these names because they've been doing the work. They've been on the front line for you. They've been there with me. They've been at rallies. They've helped organize rallies. They've been to MTA board meetings. Some of them are in the union administration and they still hold the union administration accountable. They still come on Facebook and give updates. They still transparent as to what happens in this union administration, right? This is what they do. So those names, this picture right here, matter of fact, let me put it like this. These are the faces with the names. You guys should know Jason. You guys should know Drummond. You should know David Modest. You should know Giassi. You should know Jermaine. You should know Ashley. And of course, you should know me. These are the people that you should be voting for this election. And I promise you, on day one, all of these incompetent reps in RTO will be going back to their tools. They will be on the train. They will be in their towers. They will be wherever transit hired them because That's what they've been running away from this whole entire time, were their tools. And they're going to rightfully go back to their tools because they did a horrible job representing the members the first 3 years. When we get into office, we are going to clean shop. We go change the tone of the department, and we're going to truly show you guys that we mean business. We're going to show the MTA that we mean business. And the way that we're going to show the MTA that we mean business is that we don't care over here about loyalists. We care about the day-to-day lives of the members. And we're going to make sure that you're prioritized in that. Why? Because you're going to be on the front line fighting with us. You're going to be directly involved. You're going to know how a union is supposed to work, at least in RTO. We're going to change the tempo and we're going to change the tone of the department. It's really weak right now. The tone of the department right now is very weak. It's very weak right now. We are not fighting back like we are capable of doing. We are not holding management accountable the way that we are capable of doing. None of that is happening. And in order for us to change the tone and the tempo of the department, we have to get the people that's there now out of the way. We must hold them accountable. And the first way to hold them accountable is to not vote for them this election. The people you're voting for is right there. You see it? It's right here. It's right there. The people you should be voting for is right there when it comes to RTO, right? And you should be encouraging your coworkers to do the same thing. Because what has this administration really do for you, especially in RTO? Oh, we got locks on the cab doors. Woo-wee. Congratulations, you got locks on the cab doors. That's a beautiful thing. What else did you get? A whole bunch of controverted workers' comp cases, excessive discipline, supervisors and managers that feel they could talk and do whatever they want to do to us. Right? We didn't get nothing these 3 years, right? But a whole bunch of lies and deceit. And like I said on yesterday's show, um, division chair JL Rodriguez, for some strange reason, not a person that I had problems with, but he's going out there telling people and lying that I can't run. That been debunked. That been debunked. Right? Oh, since we are, I almost forgot about this news right here. And I want to explain to you guys. I know I explained it, but I want to get a little deeper because the MTA about to get they boat rocked right now. So when I was in court, I had court. I was in Supreme Court. I think November 14th it was, or 13th, whichever date it was, and I got a chance to face the MTA and face the union. Um, and I don't, in my opinion, I don't think that it's looking too good for them, right? Because I got some stand-up people in my corner. Now the MTA and the union, when I went to court, they didn't know what was going on behind the scenes. But I think by now the MTA probably know what's going on, especially the MTA. You know, there's this saying on the job that says they call it CYA. It stands for cover your ass. And a lot of managers love the gossip. I'm talking about the managers. I'm talking about the superintendents. A lot of managers and superintendents love the gossip. They love to participate in the foolery, targeting members and things of that nature. Um, And only literally a handful are stand-up men and women. Now, I've been warning the MTA for a very long time that I've known that they was targeting me. I don't know. Maybe they thought I was playing. Maybe they thought I was joking around because I never really produced the evidence. I never said, "Hey, here go the evidence." I never asked those managers to come forward. I never asked for anything from them. Right? Never asked for anything. But this time I said, I went to each one of them separately, and I said, with those things that you told me in the past, do you mind writing a statement for me? Um, um, to substantiate what you told me and fight back against the corruption here because you have particular information regarding people who was targeting me. And this has went back from the first time I heard it. And I'm talking about from various people who's not even connected with each other. But being that I was the common denominator out of all of this, they all had separate information. Now, what I am going to say, if there are managers out there that have information about me being targeted, I think that this is the time for you to come forward and speak with me because I'm not trying to save nobody. I'm not trying to help nobody else moving forward when it comes to the managers. I'm not gonna feel sorry for you. I'm not gonna say, oh, I thought we was cool. Ain't no thinking that we was cool if you knew that the MTA was targeting me and you did nothing about it. You never told them it was wrong. You never told me. You spoke to other managers about it. If that is the case, and you knew what the MTA was doing, I'm going to hold you accountable the same way I'm gonna hold everyone else accountable. But what I want to say out of all of this is that a few managers wrote statements for me with knowledge, knowing that I was being targeted by the MTA from their bosses. And those managers were willing to put their careers on the line to fight back against everything that's wrong here. I'm not going to name drop those managers, but they did give me paperwork. They did give me statements to go towards my case. And I want to see how the MTA is going to play from there because I always spoke about these situations with these managers and the information that I got and this and that, right? The MTA deliberately did not investigate, and I have the audio recordings too. I have the audio recordings of me telling the MTA investigators, writing it down in statements, and they purposely never investigated the managers because they wasn't seeking justice or trying to get at the corruption. Their whole motive was to try to silence me, put me under surveillance, and find whatever information they could find on me. The bombshell was dropped last week, ladies and gentlemen. Those letters were sent in quick, fast, quick, fast. Those letters were sent in quick, fast. So now they're going to see what the real deal is. And like I said, shout out to those managers. Shout out to those managers who were willing to become targets and put their life on the line. And put their career on the line. It was more easier to get managers to do right because especially when they stand on principles, moral principles, and want to do what's right. So, like I said, shout out to those shout out to those managers, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? To the managers who knew that I was getting targeted and you decided not to do anything, um, you guys got to be held accountable, especially if you high ranking. If you never reported it, if you never did anything, we go change this one way or the other. We either go change it on the federal high political way, because y'all already see where I'm going with that, or we go change this inside. That's how it's going to work, right? That's how it's going to work. If anybody have any questions, you could call in live 563-999-3714. If you have any questions, take some time out and share out this video. And like I said yesterday, I want to show you guys a couple of more people that I'm supporting this election. You know, you actually got a progressive action slate in stations. You got you could check out Shamin. That's my brother. That's my brother, Shamin Ahmed. You could check out Zahid. And you could check out Michael. Michael calls into the show all the time. Well spoken guy. Well spoken guy. You could also check out my guy Charles Terry. He drives out of Flatbush Depot. A lot of people don't know the amount of building and talking that I do with him um, regarding issues on the job, and he has some great ideas. And you guys need to start listening to him. You guys need to check out what his ideas are. He speaks to me a lot about assaults. He speaks to me a lot about the bureaucracy between the MTA and the union, and he gets it. The problem is that a lot of people don't get what's going on, or they may get what's going on, right? They may get what's going on, but deliberately choose not to do anything. There's so many reps that get involved with the union, and then they go in one way, and then once they get in, it's another way. They go in critical, complaining about the union, this and that, and then they get in and fall silent. This happens to almost every rep that was released. Almost every one of them, no matter which side they came from, or which slate, or whichever whatever they came from, they um do not stay the same. It's something so seductive about release time that these people are ready to drop at, they ready to sell their souls, and they love to say, oh, I'm here to help the members. I'm here to help the members. We all are here to help the members. That goes without saying. That goes without saying. Aren't we all here to help the members? I just don't get it. And I see a lot of people say, they looking into the independent column. Definitely check out the independents. Definitely check out the independents. Definitely cherry pick this election. Anybody telling you to vote slate this election, they want to sell you out. Anybody telling you to vote slate this election is want to sell you out. About uh 98% of the people on slates, you either never heard of them, they don't know the rules, they don't know the bylaws, they don't know anything. They just there for release time. Some of them are girlfriends, some of them are boyfriends, some of them are whatever, but they are not doing the work of the members. They would rather be released than to be on a train or be on a bus or be on the track or whatever the case is. That's what they would rather be doing. That's what they would rather be doing. So if you looking in MOW and track, you got Malik Williams. You can look at his platform. I'm not too familiar with what his platform is, but I know he's running. But you could check out his platform. Let me see. Let me see. Let's get to the first caller. Caller 6117. You now live on Progressive Action TV. What's your name? Where you calling from? They hung up. They hung up. Let me make sure the sound is still right. Yeah. So yeah. Once again, the phone lines are open 563-999-3714. 3714. But these guys are not for us members. They not. They've done nothing collectively to move the needle. Oh, tier six, we got a special carve out and all this and all that. Man, fuck that carve out. Police officers, sanitation, corrections, fire department, they got 25 and out, 22 and a half and out. And you over here talking about we got a 25, 55 of a subservient pension. You got to be kidding me. Oh, uh, we got what else they saying? We got the best raises out of employees who similarly situated with. That's bullshit too. They saying that comparing. This is what Donald Yates said. He's an idiot. I'm gonna get to you in a second, caller. He says comparing the dock workers to transit workers is apple and oranges. Donald Yates, how about this? Compare uh Metro North to New York City Transit. Is that apples and oranges? Why the cleaners in Metro North get paid more than the cleaners in New York City Transit? What kind of poop or whatever they picking up over there is more valuable than the poop in New York City Transit? This is the game that they playing with us people. This is the game. Let me get to this caller. Caller 6735. You now live on Progressive Action TV. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo,
Six.
peace, brother. You can hear me?
Yeah, who this?
My name Jay. I'm a conductor.
What's going on, Jay? What's on your mind?
Um, I'm really just calling to say that like I've been supporting the movement since I started working for RTO. Only been here, only been there about 3 years. I see the BS, how they did you, how they tried to do you, and also just to piggyback over what you just said about like Metro North cleaners. Man, Metro North and Long Island Railroad cleaners get paid more than transit MTA conductors. So that's another thing right there. But you just got my support, bro. And you know, there's a lot of people that support you. When I'm sitting in these crew rooms and all that, they go on progressive action, honestly.
I appreciate that. We got to make sure that they continue to support because the real support starts now with checking off our names on the ballot, and we got to make sure that they do that. So,
Yeah.
this is the time to really have those conversations with our coworkers to say, hey, we got to do the right thing. We got to get Tramel in. We got to get Jason in. We got to get Drummond in. We got to get David in. Take a screenshot of the flyer, or if you're in progressive action, I'm gonna put up the flyer as soon as the show is over with, and share it out in your WhatsApp chats, the other Facebook groups, text it to your classmates, and we go create this real change. Day one, we coming in changing the tone and changing the tempo. I can promise you that.
Yeah. Facts, man. Because it's a for lack of better words, you know, so it's a shit show, man.
That's a fact. How much time do you have on the job?
Only 3 years, man. I'm fairly new.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Look, that makes me that makes me so excited because the people with 2 3 years on the job, even 4 years on the job, they be reluctant to get involved because you still really learning your job at that point, the ins and out of the job. So the fact that you guys could come
Yeah.
in the fact that you guys could come in and see that look, something is wrong with our union and we need change. We need this person in. We need that person in. I salute you guys for paying attention enough to see that we are lacking real soldiers on the battlefield. And as soon as we get those real soldiers on the battlefield, we're going to take it to the top. I'm telling you, day one, we changing the tone and we changing the tempo of our department. Any final words? Anything you want to say to the people?
Nah, man, just I'm supporting the platform, man. You do yada real deal, man. This is what we need in there. That's what we need.
I appreciate it, man. Make sure to tell your coworkers to vote for us, and hopefully, I'll see you in the field soon.
Peace for sure.
All right, cool. Shout out to Jay. You know what I mean? 3 years on the job. It makes me so happy to see people who don't have a lot of time on the job getting involved, knowing what's going on and things of that nature, and talking in these crew rooms, having these conversations with your coworkers. Because I'm gonna tell you this: you may think coming to work and securing the bag is enough for you to secure the bag. You could secure a bigger bag. You could secure a more respectable bag if you have the people lead the way who's really gonna put their foot in the MTA ass. It's as simple as that. We don't have no true fighters, especially in well throughout the whole union. We don't really have no true fighters. We have people that's out there barking and growling and letting their voice be heard, but they don't really know the issues. They don't understand the issues. And if one person don't understand the issues and they speak confidently enough, like they do understand the issues, and they speak to people who do not know the issues, then it's dangerous because now those people start following you and you giving them a whole bunch of wrong information. There's a reason why in the history of progressive action, nobody from Stand United, aka Members First, has ever challenged me live on a platform. They watching the show right now. Why aren't they calling in? Why don't they say, Brother Tremel, you know what? You're wrong about this, and I want to discuss this live. If they have the opportunity to discredit me in front of my audience, in front of my people, because they don't got no audiences, they all copy progressive action blueprint. They try to do these lives, womp, womp, womp. They try to create these groups, womp, 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 and it goes nowhere. If they had a platform for members to call in and I was able to challenge them on their platform, I would do it every chance that I get because I want to discredit them. Let me get to the next caller. Caller 6117. You now live on Progressive Action TV. What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, bro? My name is H. I'm a conductor. Um, I definitely want to tap in with you. I mean, I've been following you for a minute since I got on TO. I got 3 years on the job, and I've been following you, drumming everything that y'all be saying, and I'll definitely be agreeing with everything that y'all saying. I'm just like kind of the standpoint, like this whole voting process. I really only know like about 4 names on the ballots. And I know you don't got nobody from your team basically going in for the presidency. You definitely got my vote as VP. Drummond definitely got my vote. I definitely rock with y'all. I'm still debating about who I should vote for presidency. I know a couple of people in the chairs and stuff like that. They definitely got my support, but I just want to see like what you feel like, who you feel like will be the right person to vote for that could get the job done. Because it definitely ain't what we got right now.
Um, I personally, all right, so I don't think that nobody should be looking at members first, right? I don't think that anyone should be looking at members first. When you and then you have left, you have Evangeline and you have Mike Cordero. Um, I feel, and this is my opinion, and I'm not trying to throw no shots at anybody, at none of the candidates, because I want them to run. I want them to run a race. I just don't feel like Evangeline. Like I don't think she's ready right now. I don't think that I don't she don't give out a lot of the right information. Like I was speaking about before. Coincidentally, she's one of those people who do not give out the proper information. She does have the energy. She does speak well on the topics, but the topics don't be right 100% of the time. It be wrong, and it's easy to confuse people or fool people that way. Cordero, uh, Cordero just he hasn't been out there enough, and Cordero got this negative thing about him saying that he was stealing checks or whatever the case is. And they did that same thing to Roger. They said Roger was stealing checks and he was stealing. not stealing checks, but he stole money from the sale of a building. And I feel that as black men in a white union, I feel that if they were stealing, I believe that criminal charges would have been brought up and they would have been arrested. So, and then Cordero was in charge of the Tier Six um, fight at one time that went nowhere. But I've worked with both of them before in the past. I like Cordero as a person. Um, I think Evangeline, she has energy. Um, but I don't feel that she's ready. I don't feel that um she's good at teamwork, because running a union takes a lot of teamwork, and you don't have to pick a president. That's the beautiful thing. You don't have to pick a president. You could just pick the people whom you like. And
Oh,
Cordero.
I didn't know that. I thought I definitely had
Nah,
to
nah,
pick a
nah,
president. You
nah.
know.
You could just choose. You could just choose my name and Drummond name, and that would be your ballot. You don't have to choose a president, but I would suggest that you choose the people that I'm putting forward. Jason, uh, Giassi, David, Ashley, Jermaine. I do suggest that you do choose them. These are people I've worked with throughout the years. They remain solid and they care for the members. But and at the end of the day, I'm gonna make this clear too. I don't no matter who wins the presidency, I'm willing to work with them. I'm willing to make this union as strong as possible. We will be able to sharpen each other. I'm not 100% um uh an angel candidate or whatever the case is. I make mistakes, but I am the most transparent and I am the most seen and vocal, and I'm out there and I'm doing the work. I don't disappear. I never took no days off. If I'm not fighting in front of the camera and giving y'all information, best to believe I'm doing it behind the scenes. But I want everybody to run a race. It's good to see people have the courage to stand up and go against the incumbents. So shout out to Evangeline, and shout out to Mike Cordero. You know, uh, I wish them the best, and if they get in, I'm gonna work with them to ensure that we got the best representation in RTO, because that's where I'm running.
Yeah, man. That's how it gotta be, man. Because it definitely gotta be changed, man. We got too many little kids in there right now. And then y'all got your time. Y'all did your thing. You've been through hell and back with MTA. And honestly, I want this to be your comeback story.
Well, like I tell people all the time, bro, it's God's plans, not mine. If God wants this to be a part of my story, then um, it's going to happen. But we all got free will, right? So what I would like for the members to do is use their own free will and to make sure that my name is checked off on that ballot, and my other partners in this names is checked off on that ballot, so we could create the change that we truly deserve and the change that we truly want to see. Any last words, bro?
Nah, man. I mean, just shout out progressive action. Hope you guys pull it off. Y'all definitely got my support, man. And I'll catch you down the road.
Sounds good, man. Looking forward to bumping into you on the road.
All right, brother. Peace.
Peace. What's been interesting these past couple of days I've been doing the show is that members with less than 3 years been calling in and been saying that they familiar with me, they familiar with the platform. Shout out to them, because I haven't been on the property that much in the past 4 years because of different circumstances and situations. But they know about progressive action, they know about the movement, and that shows you that we are doing the work, we are doing our job, and we're going to continue to do it. Only thing we need to do right now is just get in. People don't understand, us getting in, not only are we going to change the tone and tempo of RTO, our energy alone is going to change the tone and the tempo of of local 100. They're going to see the strategies and all the things that we put together to show how you're supposed to fight back. We're going to lead by example. Other people in other departments are going to say, hey, why y'all not doing what those guys are doing in RTO? Why we can't do it like this? Why we can't do it like that? We are not only going to change the tone and tempo, like I said, of RTO, we're going to change the tone and tempo of Local 100 altogether. Now, my plans this week, I'm going to continue to show you guys this. My plans this week is to do, or maybe on Monday or whatever, is to try to do a Zoom with everyone who I support. Do it with the station's people, do it with my brothers and sisters here. And we're even going to have people who's not running on it. Maybe like a Kia if Kia's available. If we nuke, Manacho if he's available, Red if he's available, and some of our key supporters, maybe we could do a group Zoom and we could really ask questions and build and things of that nature. But one thing I'm gonna tell you is that staying united is not it. They are not it under any circumstance. They don't deserve um another chance to destroy anything that we got going on. They don't deserve another chance under any circumstance. Any circumstance. Now, I would love for you guys to take this time and where's that? Right here? We right here? Hit that Cash App out. You can hit the Cash App, dollar sign Progressive Action 100. Make sure to hit that Cash App up. And I'm telling you guys, we are going to change the tone and tempo of RTO, and we're going to lead by example, which is also going to change the tone and tempo of other departments. Now, I've seen people say, Tramel, how is it going to work with you if you get elected, and if Richie win, how is it, how you guys going to work it out? For one, at that point, I would have to pivot and shift because now it's fully about the members, right? It's fully about the members. So of course, I will have to work with the president of the union to make sure that we get the best representation. Now, if he try to shortchange us, if he try to um, handicap us in any way, shape, form, or fashion, of course, I'm coming to speak to the members to let them know what they are doing, right? I'm definitely going to expose that. But when we get in, um, I'm going to have a working relationship with the people I need to have a working relationship in a union because it's only going to benefit the members. I'm not trying to go in there and fight them tooth and nail for 3 years. I mean, if they want those type of issues, I don't mind. I don't mind. But if they go in there and say, you know what, let's put these things behind us and let's just focus on the members. I'm not trying to hang out with them. I'm not trying to go grab no lunch or beer with them. I'm not trying to go to none of their parties. I'm not into that. I want to be strictly here for the members. I am not a part of the go along, get along gang. I'm not trying to be nobody friends. They already showed me who they are. We could be cordial with each other, but we're really going to focus on prioritizing the members' needs um, during these next 3 years once we get in. Right? We're definitely going to do that without a doubt. That's going to be our focus. And like I said, day one, day one, we're changing the tone and tempo of 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 RTO, and by trickle down effect, we're going to change the tone and tempo of the other 6 departments. Nothing is going to get in the way of that. We are focused. As soon as we get in, we're sending all the do nothings back to their tools, back to the road where they belong, and they're going to have a front row seat to show how people that know what they're doing, that know how to organize and mobilize, that got relationships in politics, that know how to maneuver, that's not afraid of the MTA, how we're going to operate once we get in. That's just how it's going to work. That's just how it's going to work. Day one, they're back to their tools. We're changing tone and tempo of this department. We're pivoting and we're shifting in the direction that we should have been shifting in 13, 14 years ago when Stand United took over. When Cuomo vetoed our Tier 6 bill, we should have been moving in that direction. Instead, we regressed. We went backwards. And it's all because of incompetent representation that's afraid of management, representation that's more focused on keeping the status quo, representation who's more focused on being released and putting themselves first before putting the members. And that's going to be the difference in the tone and tempo of this administration that once we get voted in. We're prioritizing members' issues, right? We're prioritizing members' issues. There's some good people that's on the other side. We're not gonna make this a political thing. The people who I feel was good on that other side, we're gonna keep them around because once again, this is about the membership. This is about the membership, right? It's not about nobody else. It's only about the members. Some people who, when they spot, they may be going back to their tools because once again, it's about the membership. It's going to be about the members, right? And if you can't exhibit, or if I have my own personal uh experience of you not fully representing the members or not fully representing me, you're going back to your tools. You're going to go represent management. If you want to represent management, you're going back to your tools. And it's as simple as that. We're going to really prioritize the members. We're going to change the tone and tempo of this department. And by trickle down effect, we're going to change the tone and tempo of all the other departments. And like I said, don't get stuck on, you do not have to pick a presidential candidate. You don't have to pick a presidential candidate. But if you were to pick a presidential candidate, don't pick off the slate boxes. Don't be a lazy voter. Take your time. Your livelihood is dependent on your time or on taking your time and cherry picking the ballot. Don't just say, oh, I'm going to just check off a slate because then you're causing more harm than good. Like I said, members first should be a non-starter for everyone. Should be a non-starter for everyone. Picking off a slate box should be a non-starter for everyone. Picking a slate box should be a non-starter for everyone. Pick individual candidates. Pick candidates that you know. Pick candidates that not only that you know, but that you know will do the work. Pick candidates who have been out there already exhibiting that they're ready, willing, and able and have done the work already. Pick candidates who you know won't sell out or you have a feeling they won't sell out to anyone, right? But nobody should be picking members first, non-starter. Nobody should be picking slates. If you like Evangeline and you want to check her off for president, you check her off for president. Don't pick the slate box. If you like Cordero, check Cordero off for president. Don't check the slate box because then you're allowing at least 98, 99% of people who do not know what they're doing and don't know what they're talking about. And it gets dangerous and it gets scary at that point. But once again, the people that you should be voting for in RTO is once again Jason Norris, Chris Drummond, David Modest, Giassi Snuggs, Jermaine Rolock, Ashley Sumter, and myself for vice president. That should be your vote this union election in RTO. And once again, like I said, if you're in any other department, you're in buses, a few people hit me up from buses. Tramel, I don't see your name on the ballot. I am only running in RTO. That's train operators, that's conductors, that's tower operators. So make sure that you check off my name. Make sure you check off all those other names. We are changing tone and tempo on day one. I promise you that. I promise you that. We are changing tone and tempo. And make sure that you guys donate to the Cash App, $ Progressive Action 100. Donate to the Cash App. I catch